Hello, my name is Sandra Chaplin, and I serve as the ministry co-lead for the Women of St. James. And I was asked for this Advent Reflection series to focus on the readings for Christmas. And so as I spent some time with these readings, it wasn't the gospel that caught my attention, but it was the second reading, which is from the book of the letter to the Hebrews. And what caught my attention on this reading was the focus on Jesus. I don't remember ever reading this passage, but it really made me reflect on how my life has been transformed by my relationship with Jesus in the context of my Catholic faith. And just a little background, so I went from being an atheist in high school to being now what some might refer to as a church lady. I go to Mass I celebrate Mass weekly. I am very involved in my parish community. And I even take classes about the Catholic faith in my free time. And I've also, though, been able to make daily prayer a habit in my life. And this habit includes reading the Mass readings for the day. And it's been really interesting. So by getting into this habit and reading scripture every day, I've had countless experiences of how what is in the reading pertains so specifically to my life that I feel like it was put there just for me. And this has really helped not only to bring comfort during times of difficulty, but also confirmation in times of decision. And it's really helped my faith and my relationship with Jesus, especially. So when the second reading for the Christmas Mass stirred something in me, I decided that maybe I should look into it a little bit more. And so I did some research about it. And what I found was that, while we don't know for sure who the author was for the second reading, that it is said to be a written homily, and it has been referred to as a message of encouragement. So in it, the author is reminding us that Jesus is the final word of salvation, which is communicated not merely by word, but through Jesus' suffering in the humanity that is common to him and to all of us. The author in this passage is also trying to warn early Christians about the danger of apostasy, which is the act of refusing to continue to follow, obey, or to recognize their Christian faith. And this danger was not due to any persecution from outsiders, but instead due to a weariness with the demands of Christian life and the growing indifference of their calling. And so, reading this, I think that underlying message of weariness is really what stirred something in me. Because I don't know about you, but I am weary. It has been 9 months since our lives were totally upended with the initial stay-at-home order because of COVID-19. 9 months that we've had to rethink everything in our lives, from how to go to the grocery store, to walking into a church, to hugging our loved ones. 9 months of constant uncertainty. 9 months. And 9 months was also the same amount of time that Mary had to endure the ultimate uncertainty. As we heard in the gospel from last Sunday, Mary, who was just a girl, had an angel show up in her room and tell her that she was going to give birth to the Son of God. And so, although her human mind could not fathom that truth, it was her faith in God that allowed her to surrender and to say yes, and trust that God would provide. And so now, as we are in our 9th month of uncertainty with this global pandemic, I invite you to be inspired by Mary's faith in God and the strength that faith gave her to endure uncertainty. And if you have grown weary in your faith, try to allow yourself to really focus on the mystery of Jesus' birth. So this Christmas Eve and Christmas morning, try to approach it with fresh eyes and an open heart. And try to really reflect on that little baby Jesus, who was born of the Virgin Mary, who was the Word made flesh. The Word who is grace and truth, the Word who is God. I wish you all a very Merry Christmas.